In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the text tool. Now, the text tool is a very versatile tool, and I'll show you how to actually get in, change the font, change the size, and start to play around with some of the options that are available to you. All right, we're going to continue working with the tall image that we have of the lighthouse. This is the prize-winning stock 132, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of text to this. Now, to add text to this image, and maybe we're going to create like a little brochure opener here, what we're going to do is go to the T here, which is our text tool, and that will activate our text engine. You notice it loads up here, and then we're just going to click once. So by clicking once, we're going to be able to go ahead and type in our text. I'm going to type in lighthouse. All right, and you notice it's really small. Well, it's really small because we've only chose 12-point font, and this is a really, really large image. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of this text by double-clicking in that little area. And right here where it says 12, I'll change that to something like, I don't know, 48, 60. You can keep typing numbers in, or you can put your mouse over where it has this T and T and click and drag, and you can choose a bigger font that way. Another option is to actually press Control after you've typed out your text, and you'll notice that you'll have a nice little scale tool here. If you hold down Shift, you will actually constrain it proportionally, which is nice. Now, one of the things that we want to do is say, okay, we like this text, okay, we're happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and get my text tool, and I'm going to type out Event Center. Okay, and this text I want smaller, so we'll go ahead and if we move anywhere outside of this area, we can click and drag and move, highlight the text, and we can make this much smaller. Now, this text has a number of options to it. Sometimes your fonts will have different options. So right now I have regular. I can actually choose something like bold. Okay, that makes it a little bit easier to read when it's small like this. And I want to change the color of this text. Not a problem. All I have to do is highlight this text, choose this little color swatch right here, and we can now pick a different color. And you notice it's updating here live as I make a change in this color. Now, oftentimes when I build things like this, I like to find colors that are already in my scene, especially colors that are way down here. So I could try some of this brown. I can just click and drag and get some of that brown. Okay, and that looks very nice, kind of earth tony. Or I could maybe want to take some of this green and pull some of this green out. There we go. I'll just say OK. And if all I have to do is press Enter on my little number pad area, and I will get out of the text tool. Now, just by typing in these 2 lines of text, look what's happened. I've gotten a layer that says Event Center, which is right here, and I've got a layer that says Lighthouse. And there's something unusual about these layers. They have a T in there to represent that these are actual pieces of text. So if I want to change the font, all I have to do is click once in this little area. We'll go ahead and highlight the letters that we want to change the font of. And I'll change this to, really any other font that looks good. I'll choose this Agile. There we go. And let's say I want to go back in and add a space. No problem. Okay. So just like that, we can come in and create ourselves, its own branding. We can, like I said, separate the letters and do some cool stuff with it. Now, one thing that I want you to be aware of is, let me move this Event Center text up. You notice it's right in front of Lighthouse. And again, like we talked about earlier, it's because Event Center is on top of Lighthouse. So if I want to change these, I actually need to click and drag and reorder these. And you notice now this Event Center area, this text is on top of the blue or green text that we've created. Now, there's one more thing I want to teach you about actually working with text, and that is, what if you want to create what we call a text box, which is we want text that maybe starts here but ends here. Well, that's easy to do as well. We'll go ahead and click once on the text tool, and we'll click and drag to about here. And now any of the text that you type in here will automatically wrap to the other side. Okay, so I've got some text here, some lorem ipsum. You can search for this on the internet. There's some great websites that have this kind of dummy text. And I'm just going to set this to something like, I don't know, let's see what looks good. Something like 47. Okay, 47 point text. And I'm going to change this to black. So I'm just going to click and drag and select black. Okay, let's take a look at what this looks like. So if I was making a brochure about the lighthouse, that's some, basic text things that we can do and really get this whole piece working together really well to let others know, hey, this is what we do at the event center. Here's some text. Here's what it looks like. And again, I did that very quickly, very simply by utilizing just the text tool, some different fonts, and some colors.